Today we're going to talk about handmade photo corners. Now, anybody who has blank books that they want to put things into should be thinking about handmade photo corners sometimes. I feel like it's something that people don't really think about. And we're going to be talking about handmade photo corners and lots of variations. I'm just going to demonstrate a few and then I'll come back to this sheet and show you and refer to more. So you can use just about any kind of paper you want. This I'm going to be using mostly cardstock, but not necessarily. This is a text weight, and you can use just any kind of paper. You can use them from catalogs, from envelopes, just really from anything. Just try it out, see how it works. Okay. Um, you've got lots of scraps. Use your scraps because you don't need much per photo corner. So my photo corner strips generally are about between 3/4 of an inch and an inch and a half. And the way I decide how thick I want it for any particular piece is I will take a paper, like a large paper. Let's see, like this one that I'm going to maybe cut it out of, and I'll put it on top of my the corner and then sort of decide about where I want it to be. Now I actually don't need this. I could just sort of decide, oh, I want it to be about right here. And I'm making this a very light line because I'll probably end up erasing that. Then I'll measure from the corner of the paper, try to drop straight down to the base of that little triangle. And in this case, it's about 1 1/4 inches. So I cut my strip. I decided I want my strip to be about 1 1/4 inches. You don't need anything this long, but it depends on how many corners you're going to make out of the strip. What I like to do is I'll start at one end of the strip or the other. What we're going to do is make something like this. I use my I use I use my picture generally to line this up with. You can sort of see it's lined up with it. And then I need to overhang the picture a little. I'm going to do a little bit more than that. There we go. Because what I'll do is I'm going to use the edge of my image, and fold up my paper. And that gives me a nice beginning of a 90-degree angle. This is a 45-degree angle. I want it to be 90 degrees. And where I get the other half, the other 45 degrees, is I bring the second part up to meet it. There we go. Now I've got this corner that has this intensely long tail, which is fine. I'm going to cut it off here. You can cut it off right there at the base. I never do. And then it'll fit on like this. Now, this is sort of a stiff paper, and I could decide to put 4 corners on it, depending on how much time I'm willing to spend on it and also how it looks. But right now I'm just going to put one, just another one in the corner. Now, when you glue these, the important thing to remember is that the glue mostly needs to be at the tip. That's the most important part. So I'm going to put my finger here. I'm using a glue stick, which I usually do with photo corners, because it doesn't add any moisture to speak of to the paper. And depending on what's on the other side and what the paper is, it's kind of nice not to worry about adding moisture. So I like to use a glue stick. And there we go. And so where my finger is, I didn't really need glue there, so I'm not going to worry about that. It's nice, kind of nice to have a spot where there isn't glue. I'll put that on there. See how it just slid right on? And there I've got my photo corner. Okay. Now, that's good. I can make it a little fancier, which I often do. And right here, I've cut out some crescents earlier because there's a little bit of that nice orange in my image, and I think that it would be kind of nice, just fun. It's just, this is all about having fun with your work, right? So I'm going to probably do this and this, and let's get that other one on here. And on this particular one, I'll erase that line, and I'm deciding whether or not I should put another few on there. I love the way that looks. Yeah, I'm going to do that, but I'll probably do that later. Okay. By the way, if you're wondering how I got these adorable little crescents, everybody should know this. You make a circle with a circle punch, right? And then just move it over a little bit. See, there's my crescent, and there it goes. Okay. I did mine beforehand just in case I lost the crescent as I punched it out. Sometimes they go flying, and I wasn't going to deal with that. But I do like that. I think I'll add those later. Okay, so that's sort of very straightforward. But you can do some other cool things. So let's look at this one. Let me see. I'll move around here. For this one, what I did is, again, I decided I wanted to be the lower one to be around there. You can see maybe a little line, and that gave me a strip this thick. I think that's 1.5 inches. But I also cut out a smaller one as well because I want to do this cool strap thing. So what I'll do again is I'll do that kind of little overhang thing, and make my corner. And now I'm going to do it again. Put you over there. I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to do it in the exact same way, but then I'm going to do something completely different. I've got this and this, right? So this is the one that is actually going to go onto the corner. This is what I was thinking about. But this is the corner it's going to go onto. You can see there's a little bit of a blue there. And the reason I like that is because there's a little bit of a blue showing on my image here. And so what I'm going to do here, make sure that all looks good, is so I can see that, like, let's see, this goes on top of there. I've lost the blue tip. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit. See, I'm just doing a little bit. So I just want a little bit of blue up there. And voila, I've got my nice little corner that I want. I'll glue these together. And really, this is just so much fun. You just need to play with all sorts of things and whatever you can think of. Okay. Get my scrap paper. Remember, hold down at don't hold down at the point. Hold down everywhere but the point, anywhere but the point. And get your glue on. I'm going to pick it up by the place that has no glue. Try to get that slid in without getting glue on my fingers. And there we go. See, it matches the picture. It sort of enhances it, elevates it. Again, I can do all 4 corners or not, just whatever I could decide. This one might be a fun one to, I haven't decided yet, and I'm not going to decide now, but this could be a fun one to just have some purple just on 2 corners and have the one with the offset blue on the other ones. I don't know. Figure it out. Okay, now there's something else that's worth mentioning. Another couple things worth mentioning. And let's see. And that is, what if you've got a picture, an image that's kind of like long and thin, like this one. It's a little bit longer and thinner. And I don't want something that looks like a half of a square, because that's what these end up being. These end up being half of a square. I want something that's sort of more long and thin. What I'm going to do here is put my piece of paper on there, underneath there, that sort of looks like a long and thin triangle. If you can imagine the line attaching underneath the black, it's long and thin. And the reason I'm putting it underneath is because I'm going to use the end of my image for the folding. Okay. Now, there's two problems here. One is that I want one at the bottom and I want it to be exactly the same. So actually I can take care of that probably right away. That's the first problem. And so the way I'll do that is, again, I'll just put this on here. See how I'm like looking at where it's meeting the edge, right? The edges that they're lining up and the corners lining up. So that looks good. So I can go ahead and do this, and I'm going to take this out and do it over here because I've got a little bit of thickness going on. Okay. And so I've got my other corner. I'm going to take that. Look at them. Yeah, they look reasonably the same. And I'll do this. Now here's the second problem. I had it, when I put it on, it was like this. So if I turn it around and try to put it on like that, it doesn't work. You see, I can put it on so it's like this, but that's not the way that I wanted it. I can put it over here on this corner, but that's not where I wanted it either. I want it over here, and it's backwards. No problem. What I'll do is just make these corners, these folds really sharp, and reverse them. 1, 2, reverse. There it goes. And look, now it fits on there perfectly. And let's get that on there. Same thing, remember, point is where you mostly need it. Now, I'm going to show you just a little bit of a variation with this that you might not think about immediately, although I bet you would think about it sooner or later. But I'll get these on here first, so keep you in suspense. Keep myself in suspense. See if I've got all the tools I need handy. Okay. Oh, I didn't reverse this one. Oh well, so we're not going to put this one on. I forgot to reverse it. Okay, I'll go back to do that later. I was too busy thinking about the next step. Okay, this next thing is I do like the fact that this has some orange in it, and it feels like I like the black. I like the black, but somehow it feels a little too severe to me. So, so what I'm going to do is going to just look at this sort of like this kite shape, and I'm going to take my Prismacolor pencil because orange Prismacolor works nicely on black, and I'm going to put a nice little bit of orange in here. And I like this because not only does it give me that little bit of orange, but it's also hand-drawn. Like this looks hand-drawn to me, which it was before it was printed. I'm even going to go in and highlight some of these oranges so that they stand out a little more. There we go. So yeah, I like the way that looks. Okay. And be forewarned that if you've got to reverse one, reverse both of them before you put the glue on. See what Paula does, and don't do it that way. Don't do it this way. Okay. Now, this one down here that I want to talk about, I'm using something, it's from color sample book that I had. Um, and it looks a lot like this one that has the little tip cut off, but I'm not cutting off the tip on this one. What I'm doing here is I'm putting it on, and I think I'll put it on this way so I won't have to reverse any folds, because you saw what happened last time. And I'll put it on here. See, make sure that I like the way this looks. It's going to be about like this. And what I'll do now is, you see, I already have the point showing. There's the point showing. There we go. And what I'm going to do is, when I like the way that looks, is I'm just going to take this and fold it over. See how that goes? Move this up the center a little bit. There we go. Move that over. I could have scored that first. This is kind of a heavy paper. Might have been good to score that first, but you'll figure that out. So now I take this out, and so I have something a little different than what I had before. I have something that looks like a strap, and that strap can go right on there. Again, it looks just like this one, but the cutting, but the fact that I started off with this little piece showing makes it that it just is different, and it's a nice option. Okay, so I can glue that on too, and there you have it. Now, there's lots and lots of different options you can use, and it's kind of nice to keep some around. Like here, I've got one that I cut out bits and pieces of, and I could say, oh, maybe I'd like to see how that looks. Well, I don't like the way that looks, because the image there is already busy enough. I keep this around to sort of remind myself of different ways that I can layer them, cut them, just different fun things to do. You can just add little cut pieces of things to them. Over here, I've got a paper punch that I've put holes in, and I've little drawings. Here, I've got the pink under and a little bit of the pink over. This shows me all the different steps. So, yeah. So this is a fun thing to do, something to have in your life if you've got empty books that you want to be putting things in, and especially if you've got images that you want to sort of elevate with a little extra easy framing. This is a great project to do with kids. It's a great project to do with adults, and I hope you like it, because I love these.